Good Saturday morning, everybody. It's me, Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic, and today we're watching The Big Snooze, the last Bob Clampett cartoon. And what should be said before we get started here about this commentary is that this one is the first official commentary request. I did a video a little while ago pointing out that advertising, I guess is really what it is, that we started an email, ltcommentary@gmail.com, for people who want to make requests for these commentaries. And this is the first official one, and this is for Stephanie Mack. So Stephanie, thanks for watching these videos, and more importantly, thank you for subscribing and for the request. And the only other thing I can ask you is please tell your friends. Please share the videos. Please, please, please. We need the numbers. All right. So this cartoon, as is my commentary, it's really just getting started because the whole point of this cartoon is to show the run-of-the-mill nature of the relationship between Elmer and Bugs. Because we're just setting up for the fact that Elmer's going to quit. Spoilers. And this is the first time we get any vote. You know, we're like 2 minutes into the cartoon, or a minute or so, a minute and a half, before Elmer even talks. This is all Rod Scribner's assistant, the great Bill Melendez. And I love this shot here, this perspective shot. This cartoon, many people will tell you that this cartoon was much like Tex Avery, his leaving of the studio. This was Bob Clampett's last cartoon because he was fired, and that's not really true. Clampett's patron saint basically had always been Leon Schlesinger, and Eddie Seltzer was not credited, but he was the official producer of this. And Clampett did finish this cartoon, contrary to popular belief, but he doesn't get credit because he left the studio before it was released. And the logic at the time was that if you don't work for us and we release something, then, you know, you don't get your name on it. That's essentially what's happening there. By the way, all that stuff, while I was babbling on incoherently, all that stuff with him pulling off the pants and everything, that was all the brilliant Rod Scribner with those close-ups and everything. Saw on a log. Do you guys know what saw on a log means? Do you? I know we all know what, every morning we know what dropping a log means, but I actually didn't know for years that saw on a log meant that you were, snoring. I guess you actually have to become an adult to understand that and live with someone who makes a lot of noise when they sleep. Not a bunch of sound sleepers out there that I get attracted to. By the way, this is coming up here is one of the first of two really awkward cuts in this cartoon that kind of contribute to the uncertain nature of this cartoon and why people... I reiterate. Right there. Why people think that this cartoon, Clampett was fired. Because Bugs is, in the middle of a song, and then he says, I reiterate, and then he says something that he did not say before, so he's iterating it. He's not reiterating it. It's a weird, awkward... Something was cut out, and I haven't seen or heard, at least to date, anything about it. I love this. Holy crap, is that animation cool? But yes. Speaking of uncredited... Warren Foster is the story man for this cartoon, and he doesn't get credit, and neither does Eddie Seltzer, but he never took credit. So the name of this cartoon is The Big Snooze, and it's a reference to a movie that came out this same year, 1946. It's a Bogey and Bacall picture called The Big Sleep. Some more beautiful, gorgeous Rod Scribner animation. The best, you've ever heard the expression every frame a painting. That's so true with Rod Scribner's animation. You can go frame by frame, and every single drawing is beautiful. And now we got Elmer in this little flower girdle thing. It's never clear what it is throughout the cartoon, because here it's a wreath and he's like naked underneath it. But then later, I don't know. This is more Scribner. You can tell by the expression and the... Actually, this might be Bill Melendez now that I think about it. This might be Bill taking some of Scribner's poses, because these all look like... That's a Scribner pose. Here's a pedophile joke.
How old is she?
Oh my god, this cartoon is so wacky. And again, every frame, just go frame by frame. They're beautiful.
Have you girls ever had an experience like this?
Yes. Harvey Weinstein. Run this way. The run this way gag and then doing a bunch of runs, that's an old vaudeville thing. And, of course, it's not a reference in 1946, but if you want some historical context, there's some references to that vaudeville act in a couple of different things. First of all, like Young Frankenstein, when Igor picks up Froderick from the station, and he says, walk this way, and he goes down with the cane, walks down the stairs with the cane, and then he hands the cane to Gene Wilder. And then, of course, Monty Python references it in a bunch of their sketches where someone says, walk this way, and they go, if we could walk that way, we wouldn't, But I love this joke. I've always loved this joke. It's a perfect visual joke. It's really hard to pull off live action, like Three Stooges. So yeah, guys, this is a pretty cool little cartoon, even though it's stop-starty. This is, again, Bill Melendez who did the animation in this first part of the scene. Again, here comes the second really awkward cut that just kind of is abrupt. Right there. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it just feels like it is. Anyway, this is Clampett's last, and certainly not our last Clampett commentary. Anyway, see you guys next week.